Very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Varun Pawar, and I am a CBAP professional. And welcome back to my channel, which talks about the business analysis information. So, first of all, thanks everyone for subscribing to my channel and for watching my videos. And I'm assuring you, like going forward, I would be providing you very important and beneficial information from the business analysis perspective. So let's move ahead. So far what we have done, while we have discussed about the um, BAPM, which is business analysis planning and monitoring knowledge area. And in that knowledge area, we have covered the first four activities, which is basically the planning activities. And today we'll talk about the identify business analysis performance and performance improvement, which is basically a monitoring and performance improvement activity. So I know you're familiar with this table. So just for your revision, the first four tasks, the first one is plan business analysis approach, where we get the output, which is business analysis approach. The second one is plan stakeholder engagement, and here the need and the business analysis approach are the inputs, and stakeholder engagement approach is the output. And then we have the third activity, which is plan business analysis governance approach, and the inputs is stakeholder engagement approach and the business analysis approach. Both these are the output of the first two activities, and we get here governance approach. And then all the three inputs, all the three outputs of the first three activities act as an input for our fourth activity, which is plan business analysis information management. And we get here information management approach. And now the final activity in this knowledge area, which is performance, identify business analysis performance improvement. And the input is performance objective external or business analysis approach. We'll talk about this. And the output we get is business analysis performance assessment. Well, just to before we go to the next slide, just try to understand this one. Performance review. In order to identify the gaps, or in order to identify the improvement areas, first you have to set a monitoring mechanism with the help of which you can able to track the variance. And once the variance has been identified, you try to improve those areas, right? So first we set the performance objective or goals. And these goals could be in terms of the targets, like the KPIs that you have, the key performance indicators, and on regular intervals, like you, for an example, your appraisals. For your appraisals, the target has been set, which is goals, and these goals having some numbers to achieve. These are the KPIs. And then on a quarterly basis, the performance reviews happens, which tells about like how far you are there or behind to reach to the your key metrics. And then once you identify, oh, you are lacking somewhere or there, or the target is still behind and you have to do this and that, so you identify those improvements and you try to put your extra efforts to start focusing on specific areas where you can do improvements. And then finally we implement and performance technologies or techniques like the organization has a technique like the performance scorecard, right? So they used to put those and try to measure that where you are in terms of performance, and then this cycle repeats. Now try to understand this in identify business analysis performance assessment knowledge activity. So what are the objectives? The purpose is to assess business analysis work and to plan to improve processes where required. So here we are talking about the business analysis performance and how the business analysis performance is measured, because the business analysis information or the work product produced by the business analyst via the different activities, different processes, different research, different uh, different work or elicitation. So we are talking about that information and the performance of that information. To monitor and improve the performance, it is necessary to establish the performance measure. As in our previous slides, we already talked about this. Then we conduct the performance analysis and the report on the results of the analysis. We identify any necessary preventive, corrective, or a development action. We'll talk about what is preventive, corrective in our next slide. Performance analysis should occur throughout an initiative, obviously, and of course, like throughout, for an example, if your performance review happens, so it is like quarterly, this should be analyzed. Once potential performance improvements are identified, they become guideline for the next time a task is executed. So as I said in a previous slide, that the cycle repeats itself. So this happens, whatever the improvements is identified, those are also put into place. So let's talk about the inputs to this knowledge area, to this activity, which is identify business analysis performance improvement. So we have three activities. Two are act as a proper input here: performance objective external and business analysis approach. And we have guidelines and tools, which is organizational performance standards. So let's talk about what is performance objective external. This is desired performance or the organization expectation which has been set for you. Business analysis approach, why this input is BA deliverables that will be produced, activities that will be performed, timing of the activities and the techniques. If you remember, in a business analysis approach, in the very first activity, we have talked about like what this activity is all about, which the output is like the BA deliverables that will be produced is set by the business analysis approach itself. What activities the business analyst has to perform, it also been guided upon by the business analysis approach. The timing of the activities and what techniques business analysts will use, all is been guided by the business analysis approach. Then the organizational performance standards. So performance matrices or expectation for BA work mandated by the organization. So every organization has or enterprise has the predefined set of standards or the performance matrices for the different roles and the profiles. So these are provided by or set down or laid down by the organization itself. Then generally perform this activity based on all those inputs, and we get the business analysis performance assessment. And what does this output includes? It includes the planned versus actual performance to identify the difference. Then whatever the difference has been identified, we try to identify the root cause of that variance. And then we proposed our approach to address the issue. Just what is the issue that caused this variance? We try to propose an approach to address that issue. And along with this, we do have other findings out of this identified business analysis performance assessment. So the important elements under this activity is performance analysis. As I said, like we keep going and with this performance analysis done on regular intervals. So what constitute effective business analysis work depends on the context of particular organization or initiative. Reports on business analysis performance can be informal and verbal, or they may include formal documentation. Reports on business analysis performance are designed and tailored to meet the needs of the various type of reviewers. Assessment measures, the second element. If current measure exists, the BMA use them or determine new measures. The BMA also elicit assessment measures from stakeholders. Performance measures. In performance measures, what factors we consider is deliverable dates. For an example, if the business analyst is producing some deliverables for different stakeholders, those deliverables being set with some, you know, I would say the uh, timings, like this delivery you has to achieve within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or before certain dates. So these are the deliverable dates of the business analysis information that the business analyst has to produce. And the frequency of the changes, like how frequently the business analyst is changing the information, so to finally conclude this is the final result. So that is one of the measure that how many times the versioning has been done for that information. Number of reviews cycles, this means you are getting this information reviewed by some stakeholders, so how many times you are getting this reviewed. So if you take more time, more reviews, this means your performance is not good. Frequency of changes, if you change it very frequently and doing a lot of versioning in that information, this means you are not gathering eliciting much information in one go. And deliverable dates, if you are delaying any delivery, this means your performance is not good. And task efficiency, like you are not using the optimized ways to deliver that result, is something that again impact the performance. And this is again, you just remember this acronym AKEOSST that will help you in your examination. Well, these are again linked to our previous slide, which talks about the performance measure for the business analyst. So on these all other factors, we measure the performance. For first one, accuracy and the completeness. So this talk about the information that is produced by the business analyst is accurate or complete. This means for those the end users who is consuming that information is are able to understand that information independently without any reference, without any help, obviously. So this means all the information is available in one go and there is no need for the user to refer anything. So this is accurate and accuracy and the completeness and the knowledge. To perform any business analysis, uh, does the business analyst has that desired or expected knowledge that or a skill that he has to put and then deliver those information to the end users? That is another parameter. Effectiveness. So just try to understand what is effectiveness and the uh, efficiency. So effectiveness is doing a right thing, and efficiency is doing that right thing in a right way to give you a right result. You might end up doing things efficiently, but you keep doing, and at the end you are just going too far, but later you realize, oh, you are not doing the correct thing. So that is, though you are doing it efficiently, but against which. So effectiveness and efficiency goes hand in hand. Organizational support. For the business analyst to perform the business analysis, does the organization support him with the desired resources, technology, infrastructure to perform that business analysis information? Significance. They in the importance of the business analysis information that has been produced by the business analyst is delivering the expected value, or the stakeholders who are consuming that information, is that information is valuable for them, and the efforts and the resources is being put up in producing those results is justified or not. So that talks about the significance. Then the strategic is the whatever the objective has been set before producing, or before the business analyst does that business analysis is being achieved, or whatever the problem statement is identified, does that problem is really solved after this business analysis information production. And the third is whatever the improvements is identified, or does those improvements is already been implemented or not. So that is strategic. And a strategic is basically also a long term, a vision, I would say. And the tactical is a short term, that is a small missions. Timeliness, whether the business analysis information is is delivered on time, what is being expected by the stakeholders or not, that is another factor. So you have to understand this AKEO, SST. This is an acronym for all those, and you will able to quickly memorize, or during the examination you'll able to just if you understand, if you read, if you memorize this, you will able to get those answers quickly. And the next element is analyze results. The business analysis process and deliverables are compared against the set of defined measures. The analysis may be performed on the business analysis process, the resources involved, and the deliverables. Performance may be determined from the point of view of the stakeholders who are the recipient of the business analysis work. Other time, a personnel manager, or a center of excellence may make this determination and provide the assessment. So the last statement is one of the very frequent we get mostly in our mock exams, and and the possibility is like you would get similar question in your CBAP exams as well. So once all the performance improvement reviews has been done, then at the end, the recommended action or the improvement has been taken, whether that is preventive, corrective, or improvement. So what is preventive? Preventive reduces the chances of an event with a negative impact. If I can give you an example, like you give your car for the service maintenance. So this is basically a complex approach where the entire car is being inspected, and if anything, any part or any function is malfunctioning, that has been corrected prior it give us some negative impact somewhere when you are running that car. So this means preventive is a proactive measure, and it takes time, but it reduces the negative impact. The corrective is something that establishes ways to reduce the negative impact of an event. For an example, if suppose you are driving your car and suddenly it stopped, right? So you identify the root cause, like what problem it comes, and you try to fix that. So that is corrective measure. And improvement is, for an example, like in improvement, suppose your car is the average running like 18 kilometer, and the improvement is if you take a long route, whether you want to take a long route with like 1-2 kilometer extra, and you want to take a short route with a lot of congestion or a traffic. So it's better to take a long route which is 1 kilometer long, but there is no traffic congestion. So it would ultimately end up with, you know, consuming less fuel, so it would save some penny for you, and this is some improvement for you. So these are just an example for you to understand how to understand this preventive, corrective, and improvement measure, and the same apply to the business analysis information as well. And now the stakeholders, we have domain subject matter expert. He inform about the business analysis activities to set the expectation. Project manager is being kept informed about the BA work, and the sponsor may require a report on a business analysis performance. And the final, what are the techniques? So as you see, metrics and key performance indicator, these are like obviously to measure the performance, we always have some targets, and these are the KPIs. Then to identify that what could be the measures, performance measures, we get that information by doing the brainstorming, by doing the interviews with the stakeholders. Also, with the help of the lesson learned, we get to know about the past performance measures that has been set, and the observation as well. Then we have performance analysis used to analyze existing business analysis processes and identify opportunities for improvement. Process modeling used to define business analysis process and understand how to improve those processes to reduce problems from hands-off, improve cycle times, or alter how business analysis work is performed to support improvements in downstream processes. Then we have reviews, risk analysis, and management used to identify and manage potential condition or events that may impact business analysis information. We do this root cause analysis to identify the failures, right, underlying causes, and then try to improve those. Surveyor questionnaire is again to, to find out the performance measures as well, and also to get the feedback from the stakeholders about the satisfaction with the business analysis activities that is and produced by the business analyst. And the workshop used to gather assessment of business analysis performance and generate ideas for improvement opportunities. So that's it from my end, and we are finally come to the end of our second knowledge area, which is BAPM, business analysis, planning and monitoring. And then we will jump to the third knowledge area, which is elicitation and collaboration knowledge area. And I hope you are seeking interest, or you are having interest in my videos, and you are getting information what you are intended to, for which you are intended to see my videos. And I'll be waiting for your questions in comments down there, so that I can able to help you more from your CBAP examination point of view. Going forward, I'll be coming up with the different topics as well in between the videos, which would be kind of the confusion between different topics. So hope those videos will also help you to understand and clarify the doubts regarding to those topics pertaining to the BABOK. So thanks for watching my video, and keep subscribing, keep liking those videos, so that more and more information you get on a regular basis. Thank you. We'll see you again. Goodbye.